let's get started on our binding. Okay, here's a section that's already finished, and just like before on the quilting in the ditch video, it's important that that you don't see where the line is. It really is right there at the very top, and I'm using black thread to match the color of the binding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move this down a little bit to where there's an unfinished part, and you can see here the batting and the backing are still showing. So I'm just going to start sewing right there where the fabric is ended, or where the binding is unfinished. And I already have my needle here, and I have some thread already hooked to it. I have quite a bit of thread, quite a length of it to work with, so I don't have to keep refilling and refilling. Also keep in mind that I am a lefty, so if you are right-handed, instead of going from the left to the right like I'm doing, you'll be going from your right to your left. Okay, and I'm using a double length of thread. So this, before I started, I knotted this thread, and I'm using 2 lengths of it to make a thicker strand. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my needle and dig just a little bit into the backing fabric and come through the front of the binding fabric. Okay, and then I'm going to do I think this is called a slip stitch, and so I'm going to wrap the thread around the right side of the needle, and then when I pull it through, it'll make a little loop. So I guess it's kind of like a slip knot. And I'm just going to pull it tight, 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 tight. And so you can see how long this length of thread is that I'm using. Okay, I'll do it again. I'm probably going to do about 6 of these, and then I'll finish the rest of this side off camera because I do want to show you how to turn the corner. So I pushed it through both layers of fabric, wrap the thread around, and pull, pull, pull. And I hope you can see this clearly. Alright, and then I'm just going to kind of press the other fabric up. Alright, again, push through both layers of fabric, wrap the thread around the right side, and then pull it through. And of course, if you're right-handed, you'll be going from your right to your left, so instead you'll be wrapping the thread around the left side of the needle as you get ready to. Okay, it's time to turn the corner. This is my last corner on this quilt, so I'm really excited about that. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I still have there's room for maybe about 3 or 4 more slip stitches. So I'll do that quickly. And I'm going to slip stitch pretty much until I get to the seam line right here. So I think I have about 2 more, and I might take an extra one for good measure, just to be sure that's going to work. All right, and right now I am stitching at a table, but really slip stitching for me works best in my lap. So I would encourage you to really just find somewhere where you could do this. You don't have to be sitting at a table. You could be reclining on the sofa watching your favorite show, especially for your last, since this is the very last step of the quilt. So don't think that you have to be confined to any one space to do it. I actually worked on it a little bit at the fireworks this week too. Okay, so I've stitched into the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this side and I'm going to fold it to create kind of like a 45-degree angle here, but it's going to make the corner really firm. You see that 90 degrees there, or roughly 90 degrees. Okay. And then I'm just going to take and do the same stitch. So go through all the layers, wrap it around. I'm wrapping to the right. If you're right-handed, wrap to the left. And then pull it tight. And that's all there is. You know, it's just a matter of pushing down this first part to get a good corner on it. And then from this point, I'll just turn it to start my last little half a row. Usually when I do this, I start in the middle of a row or of a side, and so that way when it's time to finish, I just have only a partial part to finish it, so it gets done a little bit more quickly. Not really, but it just seems like it does. So again, I'm just going back to my regular old slip stitch, push through both layers, wrap it around, and pull it through. And you see I haven't changed out my thread, but you see now that it's much shorter because I have been going around the perimeter of the quilt. All right, so I only have a little bit left. Well, it's a relatively little bit. It's about half of this long side to go. And then my child will be very excited. And I'll finish this up off camera. Just wanted to let you know what was going on. I'm so excited to be almost done with this quilt. And I will see you next time. Please thumbs up the video. Let me see where my thumb is. Thumbs up the video. And rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.